name is Shawn. I'm 42 years old. I want to take the heart-wrenching story with you. My hope is to inform you about this situation so you won't be caught in this trap and lose all that you have worked hard for all your life. In 2006, I bought my first house at 25 years old. This was a period when mortgages were being extremely low interest rates, then drastically escalated over time. This was the subprime loan and payments became unmanageable. The house went into pre-foreclosure. In an effort to save the house, I sought the help of Corrections Officer Veronica Garland, my sister's best friend's mother. I gave her the down payment and continued to make the monthly mortgage payments. A few years went by and I tried using a mediator to reach out to her, and she was disrespectful to her. I had nothing in writing because she appeared to be genuine, and I trusted her.
I now suffer from memory loss, and I'm paralyzed on the entire right side of my body. In October 2019, I was admitted to Jamaica Hospital for brain hemorrhaging. I had a stroke and was in an unconscious state and in the hospital for 2 months. After I was discharged, it was recommended that I receive speech, physical, and occupational therapy. I did this until March 2020, when the pandemic hit the country hardest. Most businesses were forced to close their doors. The restaurant I opened suffered greatly during the pandemic. The only thing I could think of was how I was going to keep my business open and get my house back from Veronica Garland so my 4 children would have the security I worked so hard to provide. Veronica Garland is an active member of the Baptist Church, and she has been in law enforcement for many years. She knows the system and how sometimes there are many obstacles to keep people of color from succeeding. She knows the law very well and took advantage of my situation. She made it seem like she genuinely wanted to help but had no intention of handing the house back over to me. She didn't contribute anything financially, yet felt entitled to my property.
My name is Shawn. My voice is not clear enough. I stutter when I talk. So I asked my friend to do speaking for me. I would like for you to carefully listen to this. I need your help. I need your help, spiritual help, to help me win this spiritual war. From north, south, east, and west. Thank you.
Veronica Garland is a mother and a great-grandmother. What kind of person would want to destroy the lives of another family? Listen to this audio carefully. I'm having a conversation with Veronica Garland. She clearly states she's not going to list my house for sale. Now she's threatening me to evict me and list my house for sale. We finalized an agreement for her to return the house to me.
I'm not going to list your house. I just annoyed right now.
I'm doing a therapy to get some money,
I'm the loan officer that's helping us, that he says you will qualify for the FHA loan once it comes out your name and he can help you. He said 3% down or no more than $15,000 is guaranteed.
The house equity on it is to get that Obama money. That wasn't promised. I was promised that my money was closed.
There's something called an assumption of a loan.
Recovery, I saw a powdery substance mixed with red peppers sprinkled all over the front steps of my house. My mother swept it off, unaware of what it was. The following day, Correction Officer Veronica Garland came to my house unannounced. The front door was open and she walked in. This is the first time this woman has ever visited the house. I was happy to see her. We sat at the dinner table and she ate with us. Knowing what I know now, I realized it was all foul play. This has been going on for years and has caused an unbearable amount of stress up until the day I suffered the stroke. I tried handling the matter in court, but the judge suggested that we settle it on our own, outside of court. Veronica did not want to cooperate with me or the mortgage broker. Twice she was scheduled to visit his office, but neither time did she show up.
In the name of Jesus Christ, I rebuke it now in the name of...
My father died from a heart attack when I was 5 years old, so all I want is to be around for my children and be a role model to them. My 15-year-old started a clothing line. He prints and sells t-shirts with his logo. Fear no one on it. There are moments that make a father proud. This is one of them. This experience has been very traumatic for my kids, however, because they grew up in the house.
Veronica Garland has inspired my 15-year-old son.
Over the years, I have contributed to the community I operate my business. I organize activities such as talent shows. I host free parties, dinners, provide counseling sessions, as well as provide employment, just to mention a few ways I get involved. I like to be able to continue to give back to a community that has welcomed and supported my business over the years.
Do this. This is real shit that's going on today.
Letting go of a lot of pride to open myself up in this way. If there is anyone who can provide any additional legal advice or assistance, I would greatly appreciate the information and support. Thank you, and may God bless you. Sincerely, from me, Shawn. I can be reached at 718-500-2648. Thank you.
But, you know man, I saw we are doing every hours, right this up, order, which part you there, we bring it right from the spot. Yeah man, sorry.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Ian Henry. I'm a New York State 19th senatorial candidate for 2021. I'm creating this video on behalf of Shawn because Shawn has been beyond a friend to me. Shawn has literally been like a role model. I've known Shawn since I was about 6 or 7 years old. I'm 28 now. Up to this day, he has still been almost like a father figure to me. When I've been in the worst trouble and I couldn't turn to anyone, not even my parents, I definitely picked up the phone and called Shawn. And he was there for me. Even when I was down and out, even rather recently, other in the past, I know I could always get a plate of food, jerk chicken or oxtail or whatever have you from Shawn. And there's nothing more I want to see than Shawn in a place where he's content and bliss in his position.
You know, it was beneficial to me knowing Shawn. This is a guy that you don't even, and I'm coming from a more personal aspect because we're friends and we've been friends for over 20 years. This is a guy that still keeps in contact with you. You know, a very busy person, and still finds time to reach out to you and ask you what's going on. Very concerned with your children, very concerned with how life is going for you, because he's a positive person. He cares. He wants to know that you're doing something positive for yourself, and he will tell you, like, he has no problem saying to you, hey, you know, I don't think that works. Nah, maybe you should look at it this way. And you have to be open. He has shown and proved. He has had success in business. He's had success in life. 20 plus years. This guy chose this route. Shawn could have been a doctor. He could have been a lawyer. He's actually capable of doing a lot of things that most people would have trouble doing. And he actually chose to do more in his community as a business owner. And, you know, I think that's very impressive for somebody who just didn't have to do certain things. You know, he's a good guy, and I'm blessed to have continued friendship with him.
A lot of times I don't want to cook when I get home. I think I want to cook, and when I get off work, man, I be wanting to get me some jerk chicken. Not nice, some good jerk chicken. Yes. We're praying for healing, yes, Lord. Divine healing, yes, complete healing from the inside out. We pray for healing first for the mind and for the spirit. Restore unto him the joy of thy salvation, Lord. Let him not stop worshiping you and praising you, Lord. Don't wait, oh God, to see the manifestation of his healing, Lord, but let him praise you even in the midst of his trials that he's going through. Return him back, or remind him back when the joy of the Lord was his strength. God will believe that God is going to do it for you. And we're going to believe it for you from this day forward.
Years. He has always done so much for the community. That's one of the things that I've admired about him. And super smart, very articulate.
Friend, 25, 30 years, friend of a long time.